on the inside of the second row with Jordy Levins on the outside of the second row, who had two drivers to contend with. Philip Sewer and Mikael Biffinger were the two drivers that were hustling Levins towards the end of the first final. They're going to form row three. Row four are our two front-running Masters drivers, Tamsin Germain and Christoph Adams. Then it's Alexander Derlinger and Tim Borelsk. And it's Gilles Willings and Andreas Schindler. Sami Saslik and Henrik Eiliston are row 7. Then it's Gail Bronda and Steve Bull. So we're about to go racing for the last time in DD2s. This is our penultimate race of the weekend. After this, we will have a short break before the Senior Max final. So drivers now just heading up towards the last corner as they come round. Glenn Van Paris is in the number 622. He's going to be to the left of your picture. Konstantin Scholl is going to be in the 602. He's in the yellow helmet there to the right of your picture. Right, here we go. Are we going to get away first time? It's a 16-lap race, and we are away. And Kevin Ludi from third goes straight into second. Glenn Van Paris is held on to the lead. Konstantin Scholl fighting hard. He's trying to hold on to third place. He's just been able to do it, and Jordy Levins has lost a couple of places. I think that is Philip Sewer in fourth place. It's Biffinger maybe in that fourth place, but certainly first and second are Glenn Van Paris and Kevin Ludi. They're on your picture now, and then it is Konstantin Scholl as they head through the double right-hander then into the left-hand hairpin. Very close at the moment now. The question is, can anyone hold on to Glenn Van Paris? Because as of yet today, no one has been able to get anywhere near Glenn Van Paris. He was quickest by 3/10 in warm-up, quickest by 3/10 in qualifying. Then in the first final, absolutely run away with it. Now, in this second final, someone needs to do something about it. Otherwise, it's going to be a whitewash by Glenn Van Paris. Into the first corner, Kevin Ludi looks a lot more comfortable than he did in the first final. He did look comfortable by the end of the first final, but at the start he was in all sorts of trouble trying to get out of a battle for 5th and 6th place. Now he's at the front where he belongs. He looks to be going along a lot nicer in these early stages compared to final one. So that's Ludi there, the reigning BNL karting series and Rotax Max Euro Challenge champion, heading down towards Cafe area. Second in queue, Scholl. He's right there as well. Konstantin Scholl, runner-up in those championships in this class. Glenn Van Paris, though, is a new kid on the block. He's come up from Senior Max. He was the champion BNL Senior Max last year. So Glenn Van Paris heads in towards that first corner. Now towards turns 2 and 3. He's just edged away just a tiny bit at the moment. But don't cut out Jordy Levins either. He's dropped Biffinger, who's in 5th place with a lot of pressure behind him. He's got a queue of about 6 carts behind him as Biffinger. And Jordy Levins trying to go after the top 3. He's around 7/10 off of Konstantin Scholl. But 7/10 can go very quickly in a class like DD2. So down towards the cafe, and it's been quite a good start to the race. Glenn Van Paris, though, not having it all his own way this time.
No, as we were looking out of the window here, we can see Glenn not having quite as big of a lead as he had last time round, and actually Kevin Ludi now into P2 ahead of Konstantin Scholl. So Scholl having had a bit of a problem there in the opening phase of this first final then, or second final, with this Glenn Van Paris now having not set the quick lap time. It is Kevin Ludi, the quickest guy out there, but having a look out of the window, it is Glenn Van Paris now putting a little bit more of a gap towards the current European champion in DD2 racing.
Yeah, that's correct, Kevin Ludi. Of course, he was the man to beat everywhere he went last year, wasn't he? Kevin Ludi had a year that had been coming for a while. It was a year he did really deserve. And now, he spoke to him yesterday and he said, you know what, it's going to be difficult this weekend. He said, Glenn Van Paris is quick. Konstantin Scholl is quick. Jordi Levens is quick. So knew there was a lot of tough competition. He, of course, is treating it as what it is, really, a bit of a warm-up to the main series. But, you know, although Kevin Ludi sounded like he wouldn't quite mind about the result, I think he'd maybe be just a little bit disappointed if he didn't win. Looking at the Masters there, because we have Christoph Adams, I think, leading that, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken, and
not real
Tamsin
sure.
Germain.
It is Giel Bronner ahead of them as well. So we'll be having to
Well,
have a look on.
yes. Well, in fact, I think you might be right there. While you just double check on that one, we'll go back to our leaders as they are on screen and going down the start-finish straight. And Kevin Ludi did a 55.2 last time round, as did Glenn Van Paris, as did Konstantin Scholl.
Now it is actually Christoph Adams in the lead of this DD2 final with Tamsin Germain still following. So Tamsin now in P2 behind Christoph Adams for the Master Championship. Back to the lead in this race. It is Glenn Van Paris not having it all as easy as he'd like to have in this second final for the DD2s. It is Kevin Looney still pretty much close behind him, and Constantine Schul well within playing reach for the for the winning result in final number 2.
Yep, top three then. They head down towards turn number 1. Let's go through a full run through of the order then as they complete what is lap number 6. It's Glenn Van Paris leading, Kevin Ludi second, Konstantin Scholl third. They're within half a second of each other. Then it's Jordi Levens. Biffinger is in 5th place. Then it's Sue in 6th place. Two Swedish Swiss drivers there. Sorry. Swiss is also Kevin Ludi as well. So those three, I imagine, know each other pretty well. Giel Bronner is in 7th place, and it's Christoph Adams leading the Masters, and it's Tamsin Germain, Gilles Wheelings, Alexander Derlinger, Tim Verelst, Sami Slaslik, and it's Andreas Schinder, Henrik Eiliston, Steve Bolton. Again, we haven't seen him at the start of this race, which is a real shame. Did look fairly quick this morning, did Steve Bull. Had a good day yesterday as well. So unfortunately, no Steve Bull in the first final, and he doesn't seem to have appeared in the second final either.
All right then, as we go back to the fight for the first few positions, it is still Kevin Ludi and Constantine Schul in still pretty much in attack for Glenn Van Parijs. Parijs still having the advantage over both of these guys. Levens this race not been able to match the pace of these guys really, did he,
No,
Chris? It's
he hasn't. That said, though, Levens has just done his personal best, which is a 55.1. But the top three are now into the 54s. So
yeah.
Jordi Levens, I think. I imagine you've experienced this. Once you lose that toe, once you lose the top three, you know your momentum's down a bit. Maybe your confidence in the fact you might win goes down as well. And unless there's an almighty battle between the top three, I think Levens is just going to have to do what he did in the first final and try and hold off the likes of Biffinger.
Yeah, indeed. Biffinger and Schul already still well close behind Levens there for the fight for P4. We go a little bit further down the order. It is now Christoph Adams having passed Giel Bronner for P7 in the race. That changed nothing for the Masters standings, but the on-track situation has changed a little bit in this way then. So we do have Glenn Van Parijs still in the lead, but there is Kevin Ludi coming. He's got a little bit more speed down the straight than his opponent, the starting number 622.
So, yep, top three then through the first corner. Well, Glenn Van Paris did a personal best last time round. Ludi and Scholl both matched him, though. Both went quicker, though. So, Van Paris did a 55.940. Ludi did a 9.325 and Scholl did a 9.29. So Scholl, the quickest of the three at the moment, and third in that queue. Oh, and well, Levens almost being passed by Biffinger there. And oh, we have some moves going on further back now. I think Christoph Adams has made a position on this up, or Garl Bronder is actually between Adams and Tamsin Germain now. So Tamsin Germain, oh, and well, we'll come back to that because we have someone off at the chicane.
Yeah, we have. I think we've had a collision down at the chicane. We have two of the guys over the end of the chicane. That will be Alexander Durlinger and Gilles Pullings having a fight for. I think that would have been P10.
Yep, it is those two tumbling down the order at the
these
time
guys
screens.
are done for this race. So it's a set situation, but nevertheless, we'll be focusing ourselves on the battle going on for P4 because it's likely to heaten up a bit as Michel Biffinger is drawing closer and closer towards Jordi Levens.
Yep, Michel Biffinger is getting closer. And looking at the top two, it looks like Scholl may be running out of steam here. Just starting to drop back is Konstantin Scholl, isn't it? Let's look at the times. Be interested to see the times as they come across the line to complete lap number 11 of 16. Glenn Van Paris at 54.841. Kevin Ludi at 54.823, his personal best. Oh, and a change for fourth place. Scholl did a 55.027, but there's been a change for fourth.
Indeed, yeah, it is now Michel Biffinger in P4 and Philip Stewart took maximum advantage of that situation and put himself in P5, thus putting the likes of Jordi Levens back to P6. So it's Levens now back into the 6th position. Further down the field, it's still Christoph Adams and Philip Bronder for P7 on track.
Well, Tamsin Germain did a personal best last time round, 55.1, 2/10 quicker than the two ahead. So
there we go.
That's the answer to that one, I think, isn't it?
Indeed. We've got still 4 laps to run.
Oh, a change for lead. Yep, Kevin Ludi through a turn 1. So Kevin Ludi decides to go for the lead on lap number 13. So 3 laps to go when they cross the line, and Kevin Ludi now in the lead. So what does Glenn Van Paris do? Does Glenn Van Paris try and retake this position straight away? Well, Konstantin Scholl will certainly hope so, because at the moment, Scholl is unable to stay with the top 2. They head up towards that left-hand hairpin. Glenn Van Paris does not actually need to win the race to win the event. Kevin Ludi, of course, was third in that first final. So if he wins and Glenn Van Paris is second, Glenn Van Paris is still going to win. As for Konstantin Scholl, well, he will have a second and a third. So I believe at the moment he will finish the event in third place, with Kevin Ludi just snatching second. So, but Glenn Van Paris comes back at Kevin Ludi at turn 2. Well, haven't seen any overtaking there today, but Glenn Van Paris goes back through, and Gus, is that usually a place you see overtaken? I certainly haven't seen many there for a lead of a race.
Great stuff indeed by Van Paris, and that is not really a very obvious place to put yourself into P1. We have seen some overtaking there over the years, but usually this comes after a pass into turn number 1, and then having such a good run towards turn number 2. But having a clean overtake into turn number 2 is something we've not seen a lot of times here at the karting Genk circuit.
No, that's good. And interesting developments in the Masters as well, because now Christoph Adams has been passed by Garl Bronder, and Tamsin Germain has Christoph Adams where she wants him. He is now directly ahead of her. Now she's got a chance of this Masters victory. She, of course, beat Christoph Adams in the first race. If she can do it in the second race, she'll guarantee victory. So Tamsin Germain has a lap and a half to try and get that move done. But back to the leaders.
Yeah,
still very close.
Kevin Ludi still putting very much pressure on Glenn Van Parijs. We are on the penultimate lap, as we've been talking about. 1.5 laps to go for Glenn Van Parijs, and he's still feeling the pressure from Kevin Ludi. Will Kevin Ludi make a last-minute attempt to re-get the lead in this race? I think he will, Chris, as they're coming down for the last time on the start-finish straight. It is Glenn Paris having a look over the shoulder, getting defensive into turn
Yes.
number 1 there. He is feeling the heat of Kevin Ludi, and Ludi having to be smart to find the right gap to get past the Belgium.
Yep, Kevin Ludi then right with Glenn Van Paris and Tamsin Germain right with Christoph Adams as well. So we'll try and keep an eye on both of those battles because that's both the races in one. So 2 battles for the lead going on here. And Glenn Van Paris then hasn't got long to hold on though because only really the last corner left as a proper overtaking opportunity. And I think Glenn Van Paris is going to have this one done, to be honest. I can't see here Kevin Ludi making a move from there. But you never know. Going up towards the last corner, Kevin Ludi. Oh, well, Kevin Ludi certainly thought about it and actually gave it a go. But backed out of it in the end. And Glenn Van Paris is going to take victory here at the BNL kickoff. 2 victories. He's gone unbeaten all day. And Kevin Ludi finishes second with Scholl third. In the Masters is Christoph Adams, who takes the victory from Tamsin Germain. At the line, they were split by just 0.2 of a second. Great stuff in DD2s and DD2 Masters. Glenn Van Paris taking victory then. Kevin Ludi heading up towards the last corner. He thought, you know what, I'm going to have a go at this, and went towards the inside, but the corner just came at him too quickly, and Kevin Ludi in the end had to back out of it to save his own nose cone. So Kevin Ludi settling for second there. Now in terms of the points, Glenn Van Paris is the winner. That's prior to, of course, full scrutineering checks and any checks by the officials. But Scholl had a second and a third, and Ludi's had a second and third. So there's a confirmation of the result. Michel Biffinger fourth, Jordi Lievens in fifth, Philip Suer was in sixth, and it was Garl Bronduk. Christoph Adams took the win in the Masters category from Tamsin Germain, and it was Tim Verelst, Sami Sazlik, and Henrik Eilerston was next along. So brilliant racing. Unfortunately, we didn't see Steve Bull, Jules Brillings, and Alexander Delinger were caught up in instance. Andreas Schindler was also didn't have the best race either. So we had some dramatic conclusions for some drivers, but in terms of the lead, it was a fantastic battle. It was a clean battle, and Glenn Van Paris, a very deserved winner in the end. He wins the kickoff event. That's his first attempt in the DD2 class. So